Everybody, happy Monday. I hope you're having a beautiful day to your start of the work week. I am so excited to be here with all of you today. So we have some intense energy that we're walking into. We have this beautiful super full moon that we're coming into Tuesday, which is going to be very, very intense. And I'm going to break it all down for you because we got a lot to talk about. So good morning, Heather. Good morning, Chad. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Patricia. I just posted on my Patreon the Mars, Jupiter, and Chiron transiting through the 7th and 12th house to know how this is going to affect you. Also with the Venus and Uranus being in the aspect behind that and how it will affect you as well. So good morning, guys. Good morning, Melody. Rise and shine. It's a beautiful Monday. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful here in California. Today is very hot. Mother Gaia is very confused. Yesterday it was raining. Today it's nice and sunny. She's like so confused. Hi from England. How are you? Hi, Amy and Craig and Patricia. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Okay. So let's talk about this energy because we have a lot to talk about. So first off, let's talk about some exciting news. Mercury has entered Gemini. Thank God. It's like Mercury likes to be at home. You know, Mercury in Taurus was like, you know what? I really like that luxury vacation and I really like that, but I felt like I was kind of stubborn. And now it's time for me to go into Gemini and to really just be excited and talk again and explore. And so Mercury in Taurus can be kind of a little bit stubborn. So now Mercury likes to be with Gemini. So we can really see that beautiful energy. And I want to tell you guys, we have the asteroid Nessus that is exactly conjuncting Juno. The asteroid Juno is your marriage planet. This is your relationship. This is how you feel loved. This is what you want when it comes to relationship. Thanks, guys, for the badges. And on top of it, Nessus is the asteroid of abuse. So when we have these two smack damn conjunct each other, this can bring about abuse. And then this could bring about subconscious abuse because it's in Pisces. So be very, very careful that you're not telepathically talking crap to your loved one or about other people, okay? Because it's energy. Telepathic energy, they can still feel it whether you like it or not. And because this Mars conjuncting Chiron is coming up, we're going to really feel the effects of your unconscious energy, okay? Now, I want to talk about this energy. We have Mars and Chiron that are getting closer to this conjunction with this super moon. But Jupiter is also there as well, and so he's joining the party, and he's within an orb, and what that means, he's within a bubble. So he's in the bubble of Mars and Chiron as well. So what Jupiter's going to do is expand all of that energy, all of that fire, all of that passion. And so with this energy, we have Venus and Uranus, and we have Juno and Nessus. The midpoint of that is with Mars and Chiron, you guys. So this is very intense energy. And I wouldn't be surprised if with Venus and Uranus and Taurus, if there was some type of like earthquake, natural disaster on Tuesday, especially with that super moon, and we have all this energy coming to the planet, there could be something that breaks out in a war. And we can see the financial system, we already know it's going crazy. Like Bitcoin today just like fell like another like 2,000 points. So we can just really feel the energy of the financial system. Mother Gaia is whacked out. We kind of feel like our energy is like all over the board. And so I want to just, you guys, when you're alone, please ground this beautiful white light energy so you can really feel it. Like ground that energy, ground that white light, because this energy, you guys, is so strong and it's wounding energy, especially because we have Mars. And this super moon is in the sign of Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is in the sign of Aries. And so this is going to be like extreme wounding that is going to be coming out for the next 2 days. So really watch what people are doing, what people are saying, not so much as like getting mad, but Chiron is a key. That's why it looks like a key. So this is unlocking the key of the lesson you need to learn, of where you need to heal, where maybe someone's triggering old wounds that are coming up inside of you. And so where is it that you need to heal? Where is this that needs to happen? Some of my beautiful astrology students last night really saw, Trish said that the water drought in Monterey is bad right now. I'll talk about that in a minute, Trish. Thanks for telling me. So, so my mom last night, like I told her that I had to do an astrology class, and she kept texting me and calling me and texting and calling me. And I was like, stop, right? Her action was just like, do you not know? I just told you I'm teaching class. And so thank God Mars and Chiron are in my 12th house. So for me, it's more of my unconscious stuff that's been coming up for me, like sex trafficking and all of that stuff that I've been really talking a lot about. Like a lot of that old energy has been coming up because it's all in my 12th house, and Venus and Uranus is in my 12th house too. I have a huge 12th house, you guys. My 12th house is huge. I got a lot of like karma shit to work out in this lifetime. So I have a huge 12th house. And so I've had a lot of these like really bad dreams that have been coming up, like really old stuff that's been coming up. You could also say that sex trafficking gave me a little bit of PTSD because of the stuff I saw on the street, the wounds I saw, the abuse that I saw, the children, the babies I saw. So I've had a lot of that stuff that's been like really coming up. But the key of it that I found, because I prayed about it, was it's been coming up because the summer is very triggering for me, because I know that rape, molestation, all of that stuff happens. And because Mars is in Aries, it's more intense. So the key to unlocking that for me is that I need to do a workshop to help people understand it, to better understand that. So there is a key here, you guys. There is a key to unlock these Chiron wounds inside of you, but you have to find that key, okay? You have to go within and ask God, okay, what is the key that I'm unlocking here? Mine is in my subconscious, all right? Because it's in the 12th house. And so for me, it's like, okay, what is that? And so you guys have the opportunity to heal if you use this correctly. If you don't, you guys are going to hurt each other, and other people are going to hurt you. So use this as a time to heal. Use this as a time to say, okay, what can I learn from this situation? Why are you bringing this up to me? Why is this pain happening to me? When we had 9/11, similar situation, is that we're like, oh my gosh, what's going on the planet, right? But when 9/11 happened in the United States, we came together. Anytime any tragedy happens, we come together. There's a lesson that we have learned, is that we are not united as a nation. We're not united as a world. And that is where we're getting to the age of Aquarius. And so we're having a lot of this Mars energy this weekend with Jupiter that's expanding anger, expanding aggression, expanding our wounds that are inside of us, as our core wounds, as a globe, as a whole, and where we need to be fixed. And so Trish said about, I think it's in LA too, there's a drought that's happening. All of like Southern California, there's a drought. But what I said is because Venus and Uranus are in the sign of Taurus, what is happening is we're going to have to look for better resources, better financial systems, better ways of doing life, using the solar energy, the free power that we have from the sun. Where can we use our commodities that Mother Gaia is always giving to us? Where can we say, okay, if we get in a drought because globally we're growing, where can we, especially in California, where can we use the seawater and change that and not just expect the rain to happen? And so where can we use other resources? There was a guy on the internet, he made a car that ran on water, and so all of this stuff is coming up because there's a key to unlock here, you guys, but you have to look for that key. And so really understand there's a key to all of these wounds that are coming up, not just to say that. My dad has a little minivan. He's like this multimillionaire with a minivan that runs on electricity. And it's like when he listened to when the gas prices were going like really high on the East Coast, he's like, I'm going to buy an electrical van. I don't want to do that, And so he just like, I don't want to pay for gas ever again. So because he listened, because of the little nugget that God gave him back then, he said, I'm going to buy an electric vehicle. Now look at gas prices. Gas prices in California are like $7.50. They are so high. And I said to my dad, I'm like, aren't you so glad that you bought that minivan so that you can, travel? And I want to tell you, the South Node, you guys, is in Scorpio. When the South Node's in Scorpio, that has to do with everything underneath, which is oil, which is gas, which is other people's money. money. And so this is all the stuff that we need to let go. And because Uranus is here, it's freedom energy. It's how can we revolutionize the way we do things? How can we revolutionize the way that we look at the animals that we're eating? I know I still do, so I'm not criticizing anybody. How can we look at these different things that we're doing? How can we say, you know what, maybe we need to eat more fruits and vegetables that are better for our body. They're better for us as a whole. How can we do this stuff? I just bought a whole box from Miami Fruit of a bunch of dragon fruit and all of this like amazing fruit because we don't have that here in California. And then I ordered it and it was like, some of the fruit may not go. And so I was like, no, I want it. So but I just want to tell you guys, like, this is some intense energy, but there is a key if you're willing to unlock it, really needing to unlock it. For me, another key is my unconscious mind, is that I used to take Lexapro for my anxiety, and I stopped taking that because I found something that was better holistically for my body. And so that, again, Mars conjuncting Chiron is like, how can I do that? Yeah, miamifruit.org. It's like, how can I do that? I don't know why you can't like the comments anymore. I don't know. So just know that I'm not Instagram. I have no clue, but I'm glad my bots are gone. So just unlocking those keys. But I want to tell you guys, this energy this week is going to get more intense even after the super moon. I want to remind you, Mars is going to be getting closer to Eris, the goddess of discord. Then after she conjuncts Eris, she's going to be squaring over, or he's going to be squaring over Pluto. Whatever you want to call Mars, a he, she, what, if, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be squaring over to Pluto, okay? And the North Node is going to be getting with Mercury, and so we could be seeing relationships that are coming out of nowhere, especially because Venus and Uranus are in the same sign together with Pallas Athena. And so in Mercury, I bet you're going to see a lot more people on social media or doing lives, because whenever Geminis and Mercury, people are like, let's do a live, which is great. You know, more information is always great. But just make sure the information you're putting out is very healing for the soul. And it's not wounding, because a lot of people are going to be very triggered by this energy, okay? Very, very triggered by this energy. So be very careful of that. You know, if you have friends that are in abusive relationships, really start calling them, really start being active in their life, looking out. I actually had this amazing prayer on my Patreon this morning. It was how Jesus was starving in the desert, and he was traveling alone, and he was starving. And what he did is he met this woman at the well, and he helped her start a new beginning of his life. So I want to tell you guys, if you feel like in your life where you're like, nothing's happened to me, everything's going wrong in my life, if you feel that energy, go out and serve somebody else, because part of God's love, the God spark that's inside of you, it only lights up when you are helping other people, when you are loving other people. When you aren't giving your God spark of joy, happiness, strength, light, your God spark is going to be low. And so really understand that, really understand that. Eris, babe, Eris. It's E-R-I-S if you guys want to look up the asteroid Eris. I'm sorry, Dawn. I have a girlfriend that has Mars conjuncting Eris right now. And whenever the moon makes a square or an opposition, like, she feels it. It's like, boom, she gets like a wound. And it's just like, where did this come from? Like, the last couple, I think, months, like, she's fallen off her scooter and she keeps like wounding her ankle. And so, yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, it's Eris. But let me pray this out. But I want to tell you guys, if you're feeling wounded by this energy, if you're feeling hurt, if you're feeling like I don't have any life purpose or anything, I used to go out, like when I was going through my divorce, and I felt like, just like, because when you fight sex trafficking, you feel like you're just filled up constantly, right? And so what I did was I just went out and I just helped people push their grocery carts back, put food in their car. I just help other people do things to fill up my cup, because I knew I needed that God spark to come inside of me because it was missing. And so when you feel like that's missing, ask yourself, how can I help someone else out? How can I be there for someone else? Because that's kind of this energy. It's going to be very, very high. And it's like, how can you be helping other people? Winnie, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. She said, join Patreon to get up close and personal astrology. Yeah, I do. And I will tell you guys, I probably get more knowledge there than I do on here. And especially when I do my Zoom calls like this past Saturday. it was like 2 hours long, and we were just like on Zoom talking about everything that's happening in the United States. We were looking at California, the drought that's happening in California, everything. And so it's kind of crazy. And if you guys have any questions as well, I do have my full moon, you guys, this coming Tuesday. I will say this is a very, very important full moon. And the reason why is because we're going to have to be releasing a lot of our Chiron wounds. We're going to have to be shedding it. We're going to have to be letting it go, especially with this full moon, because it's ruled by Jupiter. We want to see the expansion in life, but we have to get rid of that dead energy. So if you want to join me for my full moon, it's this Tuesday. It's already up on my link in my bio because Trish put it there. So, all right. Wendy said we did a deep dive and it's very interesting and fun. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I feel like my classes are becoming more like that, especially my intermediate, because they know so much of what they've learned. They're like, Missy, what about this? Last night in my intermediate, we learned about Chiron. We learned about, oh my gosh, I'm going to forget, you guys. Chiron in your chart. Did we learn about Nessus? I don't remember. Or is it Juno? I don't remember, but we were learning about a lot last night. Maybe you guys can remind me what we learned last night. It was so crazy. Oh, the finger of God. Yes, if you have a finger of God in your chart, what does that mean? Yeah, so what does that mean when you have a finger of God? We learned about that and why it's a harsh aspect. Oh, we learned about Black Moon Lilith. Yes, we learned about Lilith. And what does Lilith mean when you have in your chart as well? Okay. Yeah, thanks, guys. They're like, we remember what we learned. Yeah, Chris says I'm ready to head of these old wounds. Yeah, finger of God. And that was cool because some people don't know that there is a finger of God. And I will just say, because Patricia's amazing, is that we looked at Patricia's chart and she had like 3 finger of gods in her chart, and we were all laughing because she's like, probably, I think it was Hamal was like, probably when you were up in the heavens, you're like, I'll take that, I'll do that. And it was like all the pepperoni toppings, and she's like, I got this, guys, I'll take on everyone's core wounds. And then Patricia comes down here and she's like, why is my life so hard? Why is all this bad stuff happen to me? What is going on? And so, yes, Patricia gets the gold star for all of us because she has put the ringer in her life of lessons that she has to learn to be a healer. And she's got some lessons, man. Oh, my God. And so it's crazy. Oh, Hales, your son's got 4 fingers of God. Whoo! He's got a big calling on his life. So kind of crazy, and it makes sense that he's your son also, Hales. It totally makes sense. But it was just crazy. She had so many fingers of God, and we're like, that's like, Hamal's like, that's like picking all the toppings for the pizza. I was like, I want this life lesson and that life lesson. I want trauma. I want this. I want neglect. I want abuse. I want all of this. And she's like, perfect. And then she's like, I got this, guys. I'll be the healer. And she comes down and she's like, why is all of this stuff happening to me? So it's kind of cool. All right, so let's see what we have. Ooh, rejoice. I like this. Even though there was no grapes on the vines, yet will I rejoice in the Lord. Ooh, that is so good. Ooh, even though there are no grapes on the vine, yet will I rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in God, all of my salvation. The prophet Habakkuk, I can never pronounce that name. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Was saying there's no reason in the natural to be happy. Nothing is going my way. Yet will I rejoice in the Lord. We can hear him going through the day saying, God, I praise you for your greatness. You're bigger than this cancer, bigger than this financial struggle. I rejoice in the God. Oh, darn it. I forgot to put out my trash can. Life is too short for you to go through it weighed down by pressure. In the midst of your difficulties, have a song of praise inside of you. That's what not only keeps you in full faith, but that's what allows God to turn things around. If you can't find any reason to be grateful, do what the prophet did and rejoice that God is your salvation. Go through the day thanking God for who he is. Ooh, this is so good. When you complain, you leak out your joy. When you're negative, it's making you weaker. So good. If you develop this habit of having a joyful heart, your life is going to change and overflow with joy, peace, and victory. You will have the strength you need to overcome obstacles, defeat enemies, and become everything you were created to be. Father, we choose to rejoice in you, knowing that you are the God of our salvation and that victory is on its way, no matter what our circumstance look like. You know what, you guys? I love that because I was actually doing a reading yesterday talking to this lady, and she's like, I'm supposed to be this healer, but I don't know how. Like, my life is hard. I don't have anyone around me and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And she was going on. And finally, I just like, you know me, you guys, you know, if you're in my classes, I just spoke like 15 minutes into her life. And she was like, whew. And I was like, yes, you got to change that negative mindset around. You got to change that around, right? So I'm going to pray us out today, and I'm going to do the same thing to you as I did to her, probably like not 15 minutes, but I'm going to like let you guys know when I'm having a hard day. That's why I go to the sauna. I literally sit in the sauna and I literally just swirl my arms around like this. And I know like I look like a freaking like bird in the sauna, but I swirl my arms like this and I imagine all of this beautiful energy like coming to me, all this beautiful energy flowing to me. And when people are having a hard time with that, as I imagine all this beautiful energy flowing to them. And so if they're having issues, I imagine that. And sometimes people are like, will call me like, Missy, can you believe this happened to me? I was like, yeah, I've been in the sauna, like sending energy to you. And so I do it when I'm alone, and I release the toxins for the planet. I release it and I bring down that white light, and I imagine the angels coming, and I just sit there and I swing my arms around in the sauna and look like a bird, and it's like a public sauna, and I just do that, right? I just do that. It kind of looks like I'm working out because it's like I go like this. So it looks like I'm working out. So people are like, oh, she's working out. In reality, I'm not. Like, I'm just like moving the energy. And so I want to tell you guys that. I'll do that for you this morning to understand how you can get in the flow. I was actually going to start doing meditations for my Patreon members outside, because I also sometimes will lay in my backyard. I have a very, very small backyard. It's like a courtyard. I lay in my courtyard on this mat, and I just imagine like all of this, the beautiful energy, like the sun, like falling on me, even if it's a cloudy day. And I just look at like it's a trickle of energy, a beautiful white light falling on me, and then I'm really sending it to other people. Okay, so that's kind of what I do. Yes, it's so beautiful. I love the sauna. So let me pray us out. So Father God, we just come before you and we just bring down all of this beautiful, beautiful white light. And I just pray today for people, God, that just have this judgment today. I feel like there's a lot of judgment today because there's a lot of these Chiron wounds that are going to be coming up. And so I pray that, and if anyone comes at you with judgment of who you are, what you're doing, know that it's not you. Know that it's not you. Know that it's because they're feeling the energy of who they are, and you're reflecting it back to them of their core wounds. And so they're judging you. And so today I just pray for the world that this beautiful white light falls down onto the planet, that it just rains and trickles down like what I'm seeing is snowflakes coming down. This beautiful white light is trickling down, glistening down, and we are not going to let this energy affect us. We are going to be light bearers this week. We are going to walk in the light. We're going to shine in the light. When darkness tries to come to us, we're going to transmute it and turn it back into light. We're going to see the key to unlock that Chiron core pain, not only in our hearts, but in other people's hearts. How can we come to love? How can we come to grace? Can we come to mercy for what they're going through, with the pain that they're seeing within our own hearts? And if we're seeing pain or judgment that is coming up in other people's lives, where is it in our lives that we are judging ourselves? Where is it that we have this judgment that we're seeing it being reflected in somebody? Where is it that we're being triggered by somebody else? And so I want to pray for the world. I want to send everyone that is watching this just a flood of beautiful energy, beautiful love, joy, happiness, to stand in that gratitude when they turn on their shower, just to thank God for the water that is being turned on, to understand when things are falling apart, thank for God for the resources and the food, and to ask God, where is it that I need to be checking out of the matrix? Where is it that I need to be doing something differently? Wake me up to that. Wake me up. Help me understand so that I'm not being stuck in like, oh my gosh, can you look all the bad this stuff is happening around us? No, these are keys. These are keys that God is leaving for you, unlocking those for you. Where is it you need to open your eyes, to expand your mind, open up your eyes and start listening, start calling things as it is. I'm calling in all the beautiful friendships in my life. I'm calling in a beautiful angel to walk in that loves me, that has joy for me, that has kindness, that knows me, that honors me. Where is it that you need to start calling those things in instead of saying, no one's ever going to love me, all they're going to do is abandon me? Where is it you need to start calling it in, feeling that energy come towards you, understanding that it's all divine timing, and just know, stand in this place of rest and peace that it's coming, above all understanding that no matter what the circumstance looks around you, know that everything's shining for you, everything's coming with you, everything is always for you, and nothing is ever happening to you or against you. And stand in that flow state and understand that you have the power within you, that God is within you and all around you and always working, but you can turn off your spark as easily as you can turn it on. So stand in that flow state of understanding that everything is happening in divine order, in divine timing. And so today I am praying for the whole world, sending everyone so much love, so much light in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. I love you guys. I will send you all your badges, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Monday and work week. All right. Shine that light, you guys. I love you.